Welcome back, everyone. After the Huddle podcast here with Jacob, your boy, Jared on the other side.
Cracking.
Been a little slow for NFL news, but we got some stuff that we wanted to talk about as well with some other sports. Congratulations first off to LSU making it to a game. They got a double elimination game.
Yeah, they were winning.
In the College World Series. They won tonight, forced the second game. So if they win, they're in the championship against Florida. Florida's already made it.
Shout out.
I just watched the Red Sox lose in extra innings. It was wild.
Shout out to the Denver Nuggets for winning their first championship.
Yes, shout out Denver Nuggets. First NBA championship. Their franchise for the franchise. You got to give it to them. You got to. Everybody's calling it. Oh, it was a weak chip and all this, and it's not weak, bro. It's not weak. It can't. They were the number one seed. Who do you expect them to play? Tougher teams? No, they are the tough team. Like we'll be playing 2K, and we'll go up against like sweaty ass people who are really good, and then we'll go up against like other people. And I always tell my homeboy that he'd be like, they trash. And I'll be like, no, it's not so much that they trash. We're just the sweats now. Like there's a difference. But we've been gone for a little bit, so I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what happened with the Celtics in Game 7. But first things first, it's your boy reporting live from the Patriots training facility. Went down the road a little bit from last time I was on here. I was at the Boston TD Garden, and then so I drove down, wanted to check out the Patriots OTAs a little bit, and wanted to meet DeAndre Hopkins. You know, he came into town. The guy that took that Instagram picture, that was me. I'm just playing. That was not me.
La Familia.
And DeAndre Hopkins was talking about how, you know, he might come here, especially if Dalvin Cook goes here.
I gotta stop that one, so that's not happening.
He said, Dalvin Cook said, imagine us on the same team. Like, no, let's not imagine y'all on the same team. It's not gonna be for my team, so I don't want to imagine it at all.
I want to get into that, bro. So I'm listening to ESPN earlier this morning, and Mike Greeny, I think his name is, he's talking about how Dalvin Cook and D-Hop should go to the Jets because that is now the destination everybody wants to go to.
That is not the destination. He only said that because he's a Jets fan. Mike Greeny is a Jets fan.
He is a diehard Jets fan, and I had to stop him right there because it's really not a place everybody wants to go. You're riding on hope. You're riding on hope with Aaron Rodgers coming from a different team over here, learning a whole new. You're hoping on that. You're hoping that his two former teammates and Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb still have the same chemistry coming from another team. I mean, you don't need. You still got fucking Breece Hall. Granted, fact he's coming off an injury, but the running back room is deep. My boy, he's a Jets fan. He said
the wide receiver room is deep.
The wide receiver room is deep. The only thing that's really not deep is the tight end room.
They could use another tight end.
Yeah, they could still use a tight end, but I mean the defense is stacked. You know, wide receivers are straight. You got Garrett Wilson, you got Randall Cobb, you got Lazard.
You got a defensive coach in Robert Zala.
That came from San Francisco. So
we've seen what they've done in San Francisco defensively.
Exactly, and we're now seeing it with the Jets. Taking it from San Francisco now over to the Jets.
Yep.
which I gotta applaud to them. I don't really care for the Jets. They still haven't beat us in 7 years, but I mean,
look at you, bruh. Don't nobody care that y'all beaten the lonely ass Jets for 7 straight years. Don't nobody care.
Hey,
that's like saying, oh, the best team in the league beat one of the worst teams in the league. Oh, big surprise.
So
Like, who
it would.
cares?
So you wouldn't say the same thing if y'all beat Washington 7 times in seven
We
years straight.
have. That's the thing. We've beaten Washington like 7 or 8 out of the last 9, 10 times. Like, we've had their number. I don't
That's what I'm
speak on
saying.
us beating Washington. The only time I speak on it is when I talk to my dad. When I talk to my dad, that's a different story because he's a Washington fan. So I'm gonna talk shit.
Right.
I'm not a Jets fan though. Giants, Jets, they're two different teams, even though they both say New York. I know you might get it confused with that peanut brain. You know what I'm saying? But they're different, fam.
Hey, I know this. All I know is they played in the same stadium at one point.
Well, yeah, but they still do. They still both play in East Rutherford.
I'll be completely real with you, bro. I don't know which teams where. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know where the Jets play, and I don't know where the Giants play.
The Giants and the Jets both play in the same place. They play in East Rutherford, New Jersey, at MetLife Stadium. They used to be a little bit down the road at Giant Stadium. It was called Giant Stadium, but the Jets used to play there as well. That was back when I was I was a young kid watching, like Kerry Collins and Amani Toomer and Tiki Barber and those type, Jeremy Shockey's rookie season type shit,
Right.
like those early on years.
Right. So before anything, we're gonna derail real quick. Did you hear about this Titanic sub thing?
Oh man, bro, why is everybody talking about that? I don't care that 4 people with a whole bunch of money chose to do something stupid. I don't care.
Exactly.
Like I don't care. Talk about some real shit. Yes, they're going missing. They're gonna be gone. They're gone. It's over with, fam. They've already said that there's nothing that can get them out. Why are we still talking about it? I mean, It's sad, but at the same time, like, we have more pressing issues going on in this country than 4 people missing in a submarine. Four people who chose to do this, by the way. They weren't kidnapped. They weren't forced down there. They signed a waiver that said that death 3 times on it. Like, bro, like.
You also got to throw in that they were all one of them was a fucking billionaire.
Yeah,
it was his idea.
Yeah, and then I feel there's only one person I feel bad for. There was, I think, one of the sons. There was a son that was like 18 years old or something like that. I think his dad invited him along. I feel bad for him because, I mean, yeah, he had a choice still, but like it's not like he's paying his money for it. His dad chose, and I ain't gonna lie, you throw go see the Titanic in front of my face, my first question is gonna be like, how?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not even gonna be like how much, it's just gonna be how, because I want to know the safety precautions behind this thing.
Like, you do realize you're wanting to travel to the bottom of the ocean. Like, we're not talking midway. We are talking like ground floor level.
But we're not talking about a pond or a lake where you can get to the bottom and the water pressure is still able for you outside of a scuba suit to be okay. And then now you're in a pressed submarine all the way at the bottom of the ocean. When they explored the Titanic, nobody went down. They sent an automated thing down, bro.
And that still had somewhat issues, I believe.
Like, come on, bro. Why are we as people always trying to do and expand dumb shit that we do?
My whole thing is, bro, you could literally fly to Pearl Harbor and take a boat ride literally over the ships that got sunk. You could literally. My mom.
It's a harbor. The bottom of the floor is not that deep. They were talking in the middle of the Atlantic, bro. Middle of the ocean. Like the middle of the ocean, not even close to land.
No. And so
what are we doing as a human race, bro? Like, what are we doing? That's what we use our money on?
To go take a dive down to the bottom of the ocean and see the Titanic. Bitch, just go watch the movie.
Watch the movie. You know how many documentaries they have, fam? Like, I don't need to go see the fucking Titanic because somebody already took video and pictures of it. Like, I don't need to go see it. It's not an experience where I'm like, no. It's not an 8th wonder of the world. It's a sunken ship.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's some things in like that I would find cool, just to go do and shit. Like, example, Pearl Harbor. I would love to go to Pearl Harbor because that's one of my favorite movies is Pearl Harbor. Mom just got back from Pearl Harbor as it is. So like she told me all about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I saw the pictures that she had posted.
yeah, she said that on that tour over the boats, while they're on the boat and everything going over, she said
you
a
can
turtle.
see.
Yeah, I've seen pictures before.
Yeah, you see broken planes and stuff, all types of shit that's from what happened in there. They're not gonna grab that shit out. That's history. It reminds them.
Fuck no. But mom said it as she was going over one of the boats. A turtle swam out one of the boats and swam up to the water, poked its head out, and swam back down into one of the boats. Bro, if that don't tell you anything about nature right there, son.
Well, yeah, it's part of nature now.
Bro, I'm saying. But anyways, all right, let's get back into this football. We kind of got derailed a little bit.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'm not too sure where D-Hop's gonna end up landing.
He.
And I speaking of football, it for our viewers that know about the fantasy football that we do, we're in a co-ownership league, and I told you how I felt about this fucking dude, and you still drafted him, even when I was sleeping.
Hutchinson?
Yes.
I told you what I was doing.
I was sleeping.
Bitch, you fell asleep on the phone.
Bruh, I was tired as fuck. Like, you don't understand.
I was talking to you, and I'm like, yo. I'm like, hey. I'm like, what you trying to do? And all I heard was just, like, heavy breathing. I'm like, this motherfucker fell asleep on the phone. I'm like, all right, if it's like that, then I hung up. I texted you. I was like, son, you fell asleep on me, so I'm taking Hutchinson right here. So I don't want to hear your shit.
I woke up and I was like, he fucking lied. And I looked at the board and I was like, bro, if there's somebody that we got to cut, we're going to cut that motherfucker. Like, bro, like we don't, well, first of all, we don't need him at all in any stretch of the word. Oh, my phone fell. In any stretch of the word, we don't need him. He's not that strong of a rookie. He's not, like, he's slow even for his size. Like, he ran us a 4.5. Like, that's terrible. This man ran a 4.5 at a wide receiver position, bro. And he doesn't have the size to back it up. I mean, I've heard the whole, he plays faster in pads rule thing. And I get that. Game speed is different than actual speed, but dog, come on, son. Like, give me a break.
I mean, we didn't really need. I felt like we didn't really need another running back at the moment. On top, you good?
There's like a big ass, like a huge ass moth that just flew over me, bro. I mean, that bitch is like abnormally big, bro. That bitch is fucking huge. And I know he's attracted by the lights, but why he got to choose this porch? That motherfucker's big, son. I can hear him. I can hear his wings flapping just from right here.
But nah. The best running back available was fucking Fournette. And I don't know anything about him right now.
I haven't heard anything on Fournette as far as like where he's gonna go or what he's gonna do. But I mean, he's a decent running back. I mean, Zeke's gone too from the Cowboys. Damn, bro, I can find that bitch just from hearing it.
I'm weak. Are you scared of this moth?
It's not that I'm scared of it, but I have like a phobia of flying bugs. Like, I know it's not gonna do anything to me. Like, it's not anything like that. But the moment like it lands in my hair or touches my ear, I'm gonna go, what the fuck? Like, I know it's not gonna do anything to me. Like, I know it's not gonna do anything to me. I know it's completely harmless. Like, I know that. But bruh, I don't know why. I just have like this like abnormal fear of flying bugs. Like, I don't know. Like, and like I said, you could find that bitch just from fucking hearing it. I think it flew away though. Oh nope, it's like right above my head.
Just take your shoe and just man.
I'm not gonna throw my shoe because these are good shoes that I have on.
Or just fucking done with you.
It won't go. It's attracted by the lights. I know that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It is what it is. Off.
But I don't think D-Hop signing anywhere soon. Like he was saying, he's like, I think he's waiting until training camp, honestly. And from what New England, the New England podcast I listened to was talking about, they were saying that he might have just been using Tennessee and us as a marketing card, basically. Being like, okay, this is how much I'm looking for, yada yada yada. I worked out with Tennessee and New England. So anybody else want to work me out, cool. Because as from what I heard, I think he's looking for like everybody said, Odell money. But I think he's asking for at least 1 year, 15 million, I believe. I believe that's what he's asking for.
Wait, who's that again?
D-Hop.
Oh, D-Hop asking for 15?
Yeah, for a year.
For 1 year?
Yeah, exactly. See, and then I wrote on one of the comments on one of the videos I watched. I was like, if we can get D-Hop for like $12.5 to $13 million, I'd be fine with that. I think we got 14 million. I think we got 14 million left to spend.
Well, y'all still gonna cut people.
Yeah. And then on top of that, we got the most cap money next year too.
Yeah, you gotta think about it. This is OTA. It's not even preseason yet.
Yeah.
It's still off season.
Bro.
I mean, for the players, technically, I guess you could say it's preseason. But for us fans and like analysis people and people who talk about this shit, like
yeah, I think it is now 87 days until the season.
Yeah, and that's not bad.
It's not. Let's get it started going by quick, because once July gets here, that's when like training camp really kicks off and shit. And then after training camp, the season's right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean it's once that first preseason game starts, that first week of preseason, I can smell it in the air. I know it's football. You know what I mean? Like you could feel. Yeah, you wake up happier. It's a better time of year.
Yeah, everybody's happy. The people are singing.
Yeah, bro. Unless you're in New Orleans after a Saints loss. Oof.
Hilarious.
It's one of the funniest things people see. I've never been to a Philly game. I would love to see that, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that to myself because like the Giants haven't won in Philly in years. Like, it's been a long time.
A couple of the people I talked to on YouTube watching their show, they're Philly fans.
Giants open up first game of the season, Monday Night Football against the Cowboys. Prime time, where Daniel Jones does not shine.
It's all right. We open up against fucking Philly.
I hope y'all win that game, by the way.
I do too.
I just want to let that be known. I'll root for y'all against Philly for sure. Yeah, we gotta play the AFC East this year. So we're playing y'all's division this year. So you're gonna be rooting for the Giants in a few games.
Most likely.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be rooting for the Patriots in a few games.
Yeah. The Dallas game.
Dallas, Washington, Philly. And then I'll go for, New England against them. And then you can go, like, because we got to play Miami, Buffalo, and the Jets this year.
I hope y'all fucking smack Buffalo.
Yo, I don't know if we're gonna smack Buffalo. Buffalo gonna be tough.
I don't care what y'all do. I don't want Buffalo winning that game. Because one, it's Dable's return.
That's right. I didn't even think about that. That's right. Dable wants to show them out too.
That's what I'm saying. And then,
but we got to get Barkley, bro. That's the only way. Like, we got to get Barkley.
Isn't Wink y'all's DC?
Yeah.
So I mean, if he stopped Lamar, I mean, if he
but Josh Allen has a better arm than Lamar. To me, that's even though they're both dual threat quarterbacks, the way that they dual threat is completely different.
Oh yeah. Like Josh Allen is 90% of the offense.
Facts.
We've talked about this multiple times.
Last year, we talked about it a lot, and they still haven't addressed running back. And they still haven't addressed grabbing another wide receiver. What are y'all doing?
If we're talking about Buffalo, bro, do you think Diggs is going to stay there much longer?
I mean, I know he's probably frustrated.
I'd be frustrated as shit too. Like, we have I want to say all this talent, but we got this talent. I mean, you got Josh Allen, throwing the fucking ball like 70 fucking yards like it's nothing.
You got a decent offensive line, not terrible.
Yeah, you had a solid defense.
You got good home field. That crowd is crazy.
You got probably a Hall of Famer wide receiver.
You got a solid coach. They're just missing a piece here or there to really take them over the hump, because I don't think that Josh Allen can't do it all alone, bro. He needs a run game. He needs a guy to take the load off his shoulders.
I understand they drafted James Cook, but that does not help at all. He's more of like a receiving back. You need like a Stevenson. You need like a Nick Chubb, somebody. Like, cause Josh Allen, he's big and solid and everything. He can break tackles. Why not just get a running back that's like Nick Chubb who can break tackles, or where he doesn't have to do that shit?
No, you're right. You're right. Like, he needs somebody else to help with the struggles that he has, because that's why I feel really like that's why he threw so many interceptions this year, is because they're expecting him to make every single play. And you can't, even with Josh Allen, you can't force a quarterback to play every single down and he has to make the play. Somebody else has to make a play. And if they're doubling Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis isn't having a good game, who do you have to go to?
Gabe Davis really just...
Like, he disappointed big time last year, bro, compared to what he did the year before.
On time, yeah. And I'm pretty sure he dropped 4 touchdowns on a flat that year.
Like, it was crazy, bro. Buffalo has to do something. I don't feel like they did enough in the draft. I don't feel like they did enough in the offseason to really change the dynamic of how we're going to look at this team.
So we're going to go ahead and transition into Buffalo, because I have something about Buffalo. Do you think Buffalo has the biggest burden of urgency this season to actually do something?
No, it's another team in y'all's division.
Are you talking about the Jets?
Oh, yeah.
You saw what I was talking about? You saw that article?
What, with the Jets or Buffalo?
Both. It's a whole 10-team article.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Buffalo's got it said Buffalo's got like 10. So like it's a scale out of 1 to 10 and everything. Buffalo's ranked 10 on it. We've talked about it multiple times before. That window is good. That window is starting to close more and more every year for Buffalo.
Definitely. I mean, the thing is, I don't disagree that Buffalo's window isn't short. Like it's small. They have a small window left. But the most pressure next year to succeed is definitely going to be on the Jets.
Oh yeah.
You know, you acquire Aaron Rodgers, you get all these people coming in, you got Breece Hall coming back. The expectations have shot over the moon for the Jets now. The Jets feel like they're Super Bowl contenders and haven't played it down because it looks good on paper.
Yep.
You know how many times I've seen a team where it looked good on paper and didn't work out? You never get your hopes up. Trust me.
We saw with that Philly team before Chip Kelly tore that shit apart.
Yep.
We saw with Cleveland when they signed OBJ and Jarvis and all of them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in really in y'all's entire division this year because we got to play y'all, but at the same time, like, I mean, look at Miami. You know, can Tua come back and play well and stay healthy, avoid getting concussions and all that kind of stuff?
I hope so because we have him in our draft. You heard me?
Yeah, no, I heard y'all.
And then we also have Hill, Tyree. Did you hear about this whole thing with Tyree?
About him wanting to retire?
No, like the assault thing.
No, I didn't see that. Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Oh, well, yeah. I take that back. I did see that.
Yeah, but apparently the dude's not pressing charges, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, but it's still the NFL could still do something about it.
Yeah. So it's something somewhat to monitor. What else we got? What you want to bring up?
I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like where do you think the Packers now stand? Aaron Rodgers is gone. You got Jordan Love starting at quarterback. There's a and everybody's like expecting them to be bad, and I don't know if I'm expecting them to be bad, but I don't know if I'm expecting them to be good either. Like I don't know. I have very mid expectations for the Packers next year. I don't know if they're gonna suck though, like people are claiming they're gonna be.
I don't think they'll suck. I think they win. I don't think they win double-digit points. Double-digit games. I think maybe they get away. Maybe they squeak away with 7. Maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking 6 or 7 games as well.
And also, I want to see how Christian Watson plays out. Because last year I kind of liked him. I was hoping New England would have drafted him, and he was showing promise with Aaron Rodgers, but now he's gone. So I want to see how that's going to work out.
I mean, you still have a good combination in the backfield with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. So it's not like, it's completely opposite to me with the Buffalo Bills, where you don't know how Jordan Love's going to pan out right now. I mean, what we saw wasn't all that great, but he has been sitting behind Aaron, and he has probably been picking up the game at least. So he has a more of an understanding than maybe other quarterbacks would just coming into the league. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to take the risk on him. I mean, you traded up to get him. Like you wanted him, you got him in the first round. I mean, that was crazy, but you did it, and now he's been sitting for years. He better pan out.
Shit. Speaking of that, San Francisco did the same thing with Trey Lance.
Because imagine if the Jets play well, bruh, and the Packers do just like suck. I don't want to see the look. I don't want to see the smug look on Aaron Rodgers' face if that happens.
No, I don't want any joy coming from the Jets.
I do find it funny that he went to the Jets the same way that
Old boy did it.
Brett Favre did, That shit was funny. If he goes to Minnesota next, like it'll, I'll just throw my hands up. Just be like, well, what the fuck, bro? Did you love Brett Favre that much? You wanted to follow his career?
Like, are you gonna go play for the Vikings and then get knocked out the playoffs by the Saints? Because, bruh,
that would be very Aaron Rodgers like. Get to a conference championship and lose.
I mean, boy, the Giants, the Niners, Seattle.
Niners again.
Seattle again.
And they've had some disappointing playoff performances.
Bruh.
But I'll tell you what, they always managed to beat Dallas, so I'll take that.
Hey. I do know one thing. They always beat Chicago.
And I remember last time we played them in the playoffs, back when we still had Eli and OBJ. Man, and the receivers completely shit the bed. That was the boat photo. yeah, the fucking boat photo, bro. That was a terrible time in Giants. From that point on until last year, what has been an absolute terrible time to be a Giants fan, bro. It's been horrible. And then last year, I got to talk big shit.
Oh, of course. I know you was hyped when the Giants finally won that game in the Dome.
Oh, in the overtime?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great game. We picked up momentum in the second half. That's what happened. They outplayed us in the first half, but we picked up momentum in the second half and fourth quarter.
I think the best thing that came from that game was Jabril Peppers getting caught on mic. Like, we want the ball, fuck him.
That shit was great.
I heard him say it live on the TV. I'm like, there's no way he just said that. I'm like,
how'd that one slip past?
I'm like, I know Jacob heard this. I'm like, did he hear this?
Yeah,
like,
I heard it. I heard it at the stadium. I heard it. It was on the mic. It was on the rest mic. Like they caught it on the mic.
I was like, there's no way that just happened. And then sure enough, what happened? Y'all got the ball.
Yeah.
Scored on him.
Yo, I looked at Tracy and I was like, yo, did you hear him? Because Tracy came with me to that game. And we was talking, what's funny too? And Tracy will tell you, we was on the way to the game and me and him were talking and he goes, we were like, bro, what happens if we catch an overtime game? That'd be great, huh? Sure enough, that shit happened. Yo, I was so hyped. I was walking out. I was all hyped up. That was the first time I'd ever seen the Giants win live, Right. And I had been to like 5 games, I'd been to the Dome 3 times where we've lost. The first 2 were ass whoopings. And the second one was a high scoring game, like 52-49. We lost on a game winning field goal because of that fucking face mask on the punt return. And then I went to Giants Stadium. I went to MetLife Stadium and then watched him play against the Bills. And that was technically Eli's last start. Like he played in game 7. I mean, not in game 7. The week 17 when it was like the last week of the season, he played. But like his last true official start after Daniel Jones came his rookie year was that Bills game. Because that was the second game of the season at home. It was the home opener and we lost.
Okay.
It was great. I got him throwing a touchdown on video and everything. Like, it's nice. I had good seats too. Paid a lot of money for them.
Hey, that's what you gotta do when you're trying to go to a game.
Yeah.
But so this next thing I want to talk about, who do you think's gonna have a breakout season, and who do you think is gonna hit a sophomore wall?
It's a good question. I'll tell you who they're expecting to have a good season this year is that Detroit Lions running back, the one they drafted.
Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs.
That's what I've heard too. I've seen a video of him catching a pass, and kind of I guess he scored on it. I don't know if what happened, but then again, this is OTAs, so it's just pads and shorts.
Yeah.
Anything happens in pads and shorts.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm kind of high on him. I do like him. Who else? I'm not really high on any of the wide receivers this year. They came from the draft.
They just came in.
Yeah, they just came in. I'm really not high. I don't think any of them really have a breakout rookie season.
Okay, what about a year two breakout?
Year two. Damn, I can't even remember the last draft.
So you had Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Christian Watson as 3 wide receivers.
Mm.
I don't remember running backs. Kenneth Walker.
Well, Kenneth Walker already had like a breakout year.
Then he came on hot late, didn't I thought? Like mid-season late.
Well, yeah, because what's his name got hurt.
So I mean, technically, he could have a breakout season as a full-time starter.
I get what you're saying. I don't expect Drake London to have a breakout year this year because I still expect the Falcons to be trash.
Yeah.
They don't have a quarterback. So what you gonna do, brother?
Atlanta's gonna be interesting because they got a running back they just drafted. Cordell Patterson can play running back or slot wide receiver or outside.
They got weapons.
Yeah, they got weapons.
They got weapons. Their offensive line is still a little iffy, but they did pick up a guy in the draft who I liked.
And I think they signed the Niners left tackle.
Yeah, Trent Williams? The other one.
McGlinchey.
Okay. I got you. I was like, Trent Williams, when did I miss seeing that? Trent Williams went to Atlanta?
Yeah, I think McGlinchey went to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
No, I think he went there or Denver. But sophomore slump for me is probably going to be Christian Watson. Like we talked about it. Aaron Rodgers leaving, got to have to develop a whole new chemistry again with Jordan Love. Still don't know if Jordan Love's going to be the guy for Green Bay. Because he could be out the door next season. Here you go with the fucking lawn.
Now they have this freaking June beetle flying around.
You need one of those bug lights, like from Bugs Life.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Don't look to the light. I can't help it.
I hate the zapping sound.
The husky that we have that you met that when you came over, we have portable bug zappers, and he hates the noise too.
Yeah, I don't like that sizzle noise, little sizzle crack sound. Although it's comforting to know that the bugs are not close to me.
So, one more thing. Do you want to add anything before we end it? Is there anything you want to talk about?
I don't know about you. I don't have high expectations for a lot of these rookies coming in. I don't think this draft class is great in any kind of way.
So, the rookies I'm looking forward to on New England's team, of course, Christian Gonzalez. We talked about this off air and on air before. And then there's a lot of talk of this Mapu dude that we drafted. like I think in the second or the third as a linebacker, but he's been getting reps at safety. So it's going to be interesting. And from what I'm hearing, he's been making a lot of plays. He's looking great in practice. So I'm curious to see what he looks like. And then who else? Oh, and then Tayshaun Boutte got his ass chewed out by Bill O'Brien. I don't know if you saw that.
For what?
I guess not lining up right. There's a video out there where the snap happens and then you hear Bill O'Brien. You don't hear Bill O'Brien. You have to read the subtitles, but you hear him say like, "God damn it, line up!" And then he's like, "This isn't that LSU bullshit." And then because O'Brien was at Alabama when Kayshawn was at LSU, and he's like, he's too slow or whatever. And then that was the end of the video. So he got his ass chewed out. So whether or not he shakes back, I don't know. So we shall see. But how the rookies, y'all?
I'm just not really high on. I'm talking about for the entire league. Like, there's really nobody that came in that really truly impressed me over, like, especially the wide receivers. I'm very disappointed in wide receivers this year.
You're not interested in seeing how JSN plays out?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But he was hurt last year. So is he going to bounce back? The good thing is he'll get a lot of one-on-one coverage, because of the wide receivers they already have over there.
Yeah, with Lockett.
Yeah, you got DK and Lockett, and if you line him up in the slot or even on the outside, like he'll get one-on-one coverage most of the time. So like he might have a good year because of that. I don't think it'll be a huge year, but he might have a good year because of that.
Yeah, I think of course I'm interested in seeing how 1, 2, and 3 played out. With Stroud, Will Anderson, and Bryce Young going 1, 2, and 3. Not in that order, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm curious to see how Bijan Robinson does. Like I get he was a bell cow back in college, but this is the NFL. This is a totally different story.
Yes, this is a lot different, bro. But I could see him still being good.
Yeah, because dudes are bigger, dudes are stronger, dudes hit harder, and dudes are faster.
Yeah, it's wore that boy Zeke down quick. I know that much.
Yep. Fournette too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's about it for me. Is there anything else with you?
No, that's about it, bro. I'm about to get up outside, get away from these bugs.
Yeah, and we're gonna work on that live show soon.
Definitely.
I know David's doing a live show tomorrow for the NBA draft. So, and he's also running 2 shows now. So
yeah, I saw the video he did. When he went to the coffee shop.
Yeah, he's trying to get coffee shops to sponsor him. He said I was talking to him.
Yeah.
I think he runs a baseball podcast too now.
I don't care about baseball to run a podcast.
Not a big baseball person.
Nah. I mean, I like a team, but I watch. Like I said, I watch every now and then, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But all right, well, until next time we talk.
Definitely.
Huddle.
All right, bro.